what attracts me to highlining is the community, first of all. The community is amazing. Like the friends I meet, there's no other community that compares it, comes close to it. They're just so welcoming and loving. You have to do things on your own, and just like on a line, you're alone with your thoughts, and you need to take it on by yourself. But you know that you have that support team behind you and in front of you, whatever way you want to go. And I guess that's why I highline.
The Squamish Highline scene, I would say it's pretty amazing. We're meeting every Thursdays like this to slackline and practice our skills, but also it's just the most welcoming community. Anyone could show up here and not even have to be cool. Just if you're not a mean person, I think you'll find friends out here.
And this community is just so welcoming, so stoked, so joyful, passionate about what they were doing, and I was like, man, this is the kind of people I want to be around with. And then I went to the Thursday parks once, where they have all the slacklines and the community that gathers over there, and just so inspired basically. Decided to stay here, and I canceled all my plans and I moved here. It's the best place on earth, yeah, for sure.
Every time Taylor and I have come traveled here, there seems to be more people who are stoked on bouncing. Every summer, there's just a couple more people coming and going for it, just kind of putting themselves out there. And yeah, and ever since then, and bouncy, flippy, spinny has kind of been like the lifestyle of just going out and having fun with your friends and bouncing and pushing yourself. And that's the best part about Highline Freestyle, is you can like push yourself as hard as you want. It's the best extreme sport ever. There's almost zero consequence as long as you're doing things, you know, safely.
Bouncy, flippy, spinning. Bouncy, flippy, spinning. Bouncy, flippy, spinning.
And it really is like a pretty infectious thing, because it's pretty hard not to look at people bouncing a highline and think like, you know, that looks super fun, I want to try that. And it's definitely a nice break from people always just pushing like bigger lines, because that can get kind of frustrating and you're really in your head, and bouncing is more about just laughing at yourself because it's super silly.
And you can have like lots of sessions too, so it's quicker to put these lines up. At Cheakamus, they're closer to the campground. Most of them are pretty easy access, so you put the lines up and you're just session after session and just keep going, and then other people get involved and you're all just kind of going for it. And with 2 lines at most spots that are both bounceable, it just makes for like constant progression basically. Yeah, and more fun too, really.
Welcome back. Let's change locations from the snow to the moss.
Exactly.
Snow paradise, and this is the moss paradise. These lines got to my mind after we discovered we can rig the 170, and it's become such a popular line because of the view from it, from the anchors. So we can see the tantalus, and also like you don't have that much wind on it, and Then I was looking on keep connecting all the peaks to eventually make a full loop, so you can just spider web everything, and once we have all the lines rigged, you can like keep walking.
The rigging process was really smooth. I was on far side. I was with Jan, Asa, and Peter, and everything was really well organized. We broke it up into 2 parts, so we did the tagging the first night, a couple hours, easy in and out. And then the second day we hauled the webbing, built the A-frames, and did the rigging. So I kind of liked how it spread out over 2 days because it really broke up the work and made it feel like it wasn't too long.
Release as much you can.
Yeah.
Those 3 guys, you know, 4 including me, because like everyone know what to do, you know, and there was some funny moment. It was good, efficient rigging. If you start in the morning and the line is done before noon, that's usually a success, and that's what we did. Like I was on it at noon and it was really good. Easy rigging.
You hear him to tell that in the radio? He's like, Jan, you can go, we can test those new soft shackles. And it's like homemade soft shackles.
Both loops.
I have a phone in case emergency, I can call. See ya guys.
Yeah, fun.
Now we just basically pull the longest line up to date, and after rigging is the walking, you know. So once you complete all this and sand, it's like, okay, done, I can go for other line, you know. But we will have the line up for multiple days, and the goal is to do the multiple laps on it so we can train for bigger lines, which is gonna be coming soon. It's really beautiful and feels like a entry-level 420, because it's not that exposed, it's not that high, but the views are amazing, access is easy, so I think it's maybe more popular than the original 400 because of the ease of access, in my opinion.
I've been on the Highline. It was my favorite session so far, and I'm really, really stoked. Can't wait to get on it again. There were a few different reasons that was my favorite session. One of the things was my dad came to visit, so he was in Check Canyon for the day, and he made it up to the anchor, which again was pretty cool. I kind of told him it would be an hour, and then it had to be an hour. So he just kept moving.
Okay.
But definitely, it's the first time this season I thought that I felt I was really flowing. It's the first time there were big sections where I was relaxed, not thinking about anything, just focusing on my breath and moving. And I've been chasing that feeling for a long time. Flow state as when you're not really consciously thinking of anything. It's all like your subconscious, like your body knows what to do, you're doing exactly what you want to do, but kind of without thinking about it.
These kinds of highlines are just like a mind game for me. It's all about your mind, because you know you can do it physically, but you have to tell your brain that it's totally fine, and that you don't care if you fall, that you do. You have to tell the brain that I don't care, I'm super relaxed, and then it's a blast. Because you have nothing to do, like in your head, you're just focused on one thing, and it's like some kind of like meditation. You stop thinking about what you're doing, you're just doing it automatically. And then you somehow realize you're on the other side. I don't know.
Yeah, Peter. Yeah, dude. Nice, nice.
I think that was sub 20.
It was intense.
Lucille is the perfect place when it's like 35 degrees like today, and no one wants to jump on the Highlines because it's 400 meters long. You're probably cooking over there in the middle of the line, in the middle of the day, and always pushing is like, it's good to have like that break. And Lucille Lake kind of represents that, and there's a few lines as well over there that you can hop on, and then you fall into the water, and sometimes you flip weirdly, and it's fun, and people laugh. Yeah, it's just good time. It's always a good time at the lake.
The
summer soirée. We rigged that at the beginning of the summer, and it stays. I think people that are at Check now, they always come between sessions to enjoy the lake and have a little steps in the session on that. As a new person around, I feel the energy is really good and everybody is stoked for everyone. Because I think there's many people that got new records for themselves and like they were surprised about how it was happening, and I think because the stoke is so big that actually it pushed everybody to just be better at it.
So I would say before training got me into that state, and I wasn't expecting it at all. I went on the line and everyone was talking about the sand, and I was like, I don't want to sand. I don't want to think about the sand. I'm not gonna sand. If I sand, the sand will go to me. Like it will just happen. And I told myself, oh my God, this is gonna be a hell of a session. Like I'm just stiff. I walked so slowly. I could just barely take some steps. But at some point, it switched, and I reached that state, and it was amazing, really powerful. Everything was so vivid. The colors, the sensations on my skin, the feeling of the line under my feet, just my walk, the music, the wind, everything. And I didn't feel like I was just an observer, but I felt like I was kind of just connected with all of this. But I felt alone. Like during that moment, I felt connected with so many things, but I forgot that other humans were there. So when I removed my earplugs, it was like, woo! Everyone was there and like cheering, and oh, that was so cool. Like I had my smile here and I had like goosebumps. People in the community are just like crushers outside and on the line. They just go toward like their own felicity, like their free happiness. And you're surrounded by these type of people, so all of the time you're just the best version of yourself. It's really inspiring.
We had a full moon, and so me, Bjorn, and Jan went up there and just started setting up fire and getting ready for the moonlight. And a couple hours later, we finally decided that the clouds were coming in and we should just go. And so I got on the line, and it was like a cloudy full moon, so it was pretty much walking in the dark. It felt very similar to blindfold walking, especially when the full moon was covered by the clouds. Just really couldn't see much. And yeah, I was able to get my PR in the dark. PR for nighttime. You know, it's reassuring me that anything I put my mind to is feasible, and that nothing can stand in my way from my dreams and my aspirations. Highlining allowed me to take on different routes, and may that be lifestyle, where I want to live. It gave me the strength within to know that it's all going to work out. It might be scary, feel like you're lost and you tried every avenue, but in the end, you succeed with a little help from your friends. You're going to run into hiccups, you're going to run into issues, but you have to find a solution. And with your community around you and your friends around you, they bring support, they bring empathy, and they bring knowledge, and they give you a helping hand to keep going. And that's the coolest part.